Right, we are live. I am about 1 minute late. My apologies. If you are here for the dog grooming seminar, you're in the wrong place. You are here for the eXp Explained, and some of you might be here live. I'm broadcasting this to Facebook as well as YouTube. It will be recorded. And so why don't we get started? First of all, for those that are attending, there might be a handful of you. I see John's already on here. If you have any questions, go ahead and put it on the chat as we're going through this. But I do these periodically to update people on what's happening with this company, because people literally can't believe exactly what's going on with eXp Realty. I mean, we are the fastest growing real estate brokerage that's ever existed. And so when I talk to people, sometimes it's, a few months later, they can't believe that, oh my gosh, you just opened up in 3 other countries, or, oh my gosh, you're at, 70,000 agents or nearing 70,000 agents. And so what I like to do is just update on what's going on with the company, and then get your feedback. And obviously at the end, if you're not with us, we want to talk to you, because there's a lot of misconceptions out there about eXp Realty. And so we're not going to be able to get through everything about the company, but I want to highlight the most important aspects and questions that people have about eXp Realty. So let's get with it. For those that are popping on here with the live part, if you have any questions, put it in the Google chat. As I mentioned before, this is being streamed on YouTube and Facebook simultaneously. So who am I? If you don't know who I am, my name is David Harbour. I live just outside of Washington, D.C. I'm in the Northern Virginia area, in Leesburg. And I have been a real estate agent, I can't believe I'm going to say this, 24 years. And I've been with eXp 11 years. Hey, Kate Gleason, I see you on there, longtime friend. So I've seen this company grow from the very infancy stages to what it is now, the global multi-billion-dollar powerhouse. And it has been an incredible journey. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a screen share of this walkthrough, if you will, of eXp, to give you a better understanding of why this company is different than every other brokerage out there. So obviously, I'm talking to the people that aren't on board yet with eXp, or perhaps kicking the tires on it. Perhaps somebody sent you here. Maybe they sent you this link. After this presentation, if you want to learn more, get with that person. If you don't have that person, get with me. We want to share with you everything about this model, because it's a game changer. It really is. And I don't say that lightly. What I'm about to show you is unlike any other brokerage that's out there. And like I said, I've been here 24 years selling real estate. I was at RE/MAX for 12 of those years. And I thought that, hey, I'm with the #1 brokerage in the world at that time. Well, lo and behold, eXp has just literally turned that concept upside down. So without further ado, I'm gonna do a screen share right here, because I want to start sharing some things as I'm presenting them. Okay, so for those that are actually on the live presentation, let me know that you can see my screen share as we're going. So perhaps you can give me a yes or a what's up where I can see it. I just want to make sure that I'm doing this properly. Yay, nay. Awesome. Thanks, Johnny. Okay, so here we go. Why eXp Realty, and really, what do they have to offer? Before we get started, my background, and it's always good to get a little bit of background on who's presenting, because you're like, this person doesn't know real estate, or they haven't been in it. I've been a real estate professional for it says 23 years. It's actually going on 24 years now, and I love real estate. I love it. My wife is so jealous that I love my job. there are ups and downs just like any job, but for the most part, I really do enjoy real estate. I started, gosh, in the late, 1997, 98 timeframe. And my previous jobs were, I played a little professional football with the Washington Redskins, and I played over with NFL Europe, and then I had one last stint with the Steelers. That was a long time ago when they wore leather helmets. And then I got a job in the NBA and NHL almost 2 years after leaving the NFL. And that was a dream job. I mean, I was working with Abe Pollin and the Washington Wizards and Capitals, and got to go to a Stanley Cup final. And it was just about that time that I was going to take the next step in that sports career. And I was going to go down to Orlando and oversee their organization. And something happened where I literally got so upset with somebody being in control of my destiny that I said, no more. I don't want to have a boss. And that's when I got into real estate. And I haven't looked back since. It's for those of you who are realtors right now, you know what I mean. It's great being your own boss, not having to, literally you set your pace. You can go as fast or as successful as you want to go. So anyways, I was fortunate enough to have a little bit of success in real estate. Started out at Weichert, went over to Remax after realizing the previous company took too much of my money. And I was there for 12 years. I had a team of agents. Life was good. I was actually a featured agent on a HGTV show called Get It Sold with Sabrina Soto. And so, yeah, I wasn't looking to go anywhere. And it was about that time that a good friend of mine who I met at one of the Remax conventions said, Dave, you want to check out this company? I think they're the next big thing in real estate. And I said, oh, well, I'll check them out, but I don't think I'm going to go anywhere. And he said, you might want to ask yourself these questions before you do. He said, do you have an exit strategy from real estate? And I said, well, what do you mean by that? And he said, well, other than buying properties, which we all should be doing and trying to put in some 401k, you're putting in a lot of time and energy into that brokerage, building their brand, helping them, even sometimes introducing people to that brokerage, to your broker. But are you sharing in any of that equity of that company? Do you share in the revenues of that company? And when you leave, do you get anything from that company? And I scratched my head and I thought, oh my gosh, those are great questions. Why don't we ask that as real estate professionals? We're caught up in transaction to transaction instead of the company that we're helping build. Are we getting anything from it? And so that's when I started looking at eXp. And at that time, they were a very, very, very small company. I mean, we were only in a handful of states. I'm agent number 50, and we're at 67,000 agents now. So you can imagine how small we were. Well, I call it dumb luck or the grace of God, but there was something in me that said, I think that this company is going to really kind of fill a void for brokerages and especially agents, because most real estate brokerages are set up for the broker or the franchise. They're not set up for the agent. And what I mean by that is, here's a vast difference with that dividing line over. Everything on the left-hand side, pretty logos, they have awesome agents, they've had market share in the past, they all do their own advertising. But the big difference is, and it didn't strike me until I really came on board, is that those on the left-hand side are franchises, or they're owned by somebody else. You will never have ownership in them. You will never share in the revenues. And so that's one of the first things that really kind of made me stand up and say, eXp Realty is not a franchise. We're not owned by somebody else. We are a publicly traded company that our agents actually earn stock in, so they earn equity. And so not a franchise, publicly traded. We have a global footprint as being the fastest growing real estate brokerage out there. Literally in 10 years, we've gone to nearly 70,000 agents and we're in over 18 countries. That is unheard of. I know lots and lots of other national brokerages that have been around longer than us that are a fraction of what eXp has. And the reason is agents are sick and tired of paying for things that they don't need and don't want. They also want a piece of the action. Agents share in the revenue with eXp Realty. And I'll show you how that's done. Agents are awarded company stock, and I should put here free stock, doing exactly what you were doing at your previous brokerage. You'll do here at eXp, except eXp will say, here's free stock for you. And so that is a real retirement strategy that I didn't have. And as you can see, the evolution of the brokerage, Century 21 started franchising, Dave Liniger started the 100% program, everybody went there. Keller Williams, they had a great training program, and they had a thing called profit share, which is vastly different between revenue share. But the problem is they still had the biggest overhead expense, which is franchising and brick and mortar. eXp has eliminated that. Glenn Sanford, our founder and CEO, or rather chairman, literally said, what's the biggest overhead expense for most brokerages? Franchising fees and brick and mortar, which means going to the office. I have to get this, go to the office, turn this in. Well, because of technology and the mobility that we all have now, we don't need to do that. According to NAR, most top producing agents are mobile and don't go into the office. A small percentage of them do. Yet you're paying for it. I know when I was at my old Remax office, it was a big fancy office, leather couches, plasma TVs. I brought nobody there. Listing appointments, I'd always go. For buyers, often meet them at Starbucks, lunch, wherever, virtual Zoom meetings. Rarely brought them to the office. And so I was saying that Glenn created eXp with those two things in mind. Let's emphasize technology, improve collaboration, and get rid of franchising and brick and mortar. So he basically turned the business model upside down. And so because of that, we are the first cloud-based brokerage. We're the first publicly traded real estate brokerage that shares in revenue and offers stock in the history of real estate. And it's really, really exciting to see what it's done for agents across the country and now globally, how it's been a real game changer. One of the big questions I get is, yeah, but what about education or support? That's a great question. Most brokerages might have maybe a class a week, or maybe have some type of support monthly meeting. At eXp, I'm going to pull up this is our agenda of live classes. These are not recordings. These are live classes. This is just for today, Wednesday, November 11th. This is our education calendar. We have commercial financing, navigating eXp Fast Track, Icon series, where that is gold. That's where you have the top agents in the country with eXp sharing their secrets on how they do business. Airbnb agents, attraction series, digital mastermind. This is like the Marines. This is all before noon. All these classes take place. We probably have anywhere between 20 and 30 classes live every day. Now, the reason that we're able to do that is because we don't think small of just our office. We're a global company now. And so when we have somebody who's really good at social media marketing or Instagram or REOs or whatever the series is, they can be in California, they can be in Puerto Rico, they can be in Australia, and they share with all of us. That is powerful, to take the best of the best globally and share with you as a real estate professional. As far as mentorship, especially for newer agents or agents that are wanting to come on board, We have a very extensive, what we call mentor program. So when somebody comes on board, perhaps you're a new agent, not a problem. We'll pair you up with an experienced certified mentor for your first 3 transactions, whether they're listing or sales, and they're going to hold your hand and walk you through it so you know the contracts, how to write them, how to do an open house, how to do a settlement, the home inspections. And you literally have somebody who's riding shotgun with you as you're going through the process. So for this virtual brokerage, I remember when we had 20 live classes a week. I think it's up to 60 or 70 a week. And these are the most powerful training sessions that you can have, because normally if you were to go to your meeting with your brokerage and you would go to the best agent in that office and say, hey, listen, icon agent in our office, will you share all your secrets with me? They're going to look at you like you're crazy, like, no, I'm competing against you. Why would I do that? I have no incentive to do that. Well, that's why this model that has been turned upside down has changed the process, changed the collaboration, where you have agents now that are what we call icon agents in different parts of the country, and they are compensated in a sense to help you build your business. And so they'll share everything with you. Every Friday, we have an icon agent series, which is very, very powerful every week. So office locations. A lot of people say, well, wait a second, you're a virtual brokerage. You use technology for collaboration. Yes, but if somebody still needs an office, it's raining, I've got to meet a client, excuse me, not a problem. We've actually partnered up with Regis corporate offices globally. So when you come on board for the brokerage that doesn't own any real estate, or a lot like Airbnb, you will have access to thousands of offices. So let's take example, the person that's signed with a franchise, they had that one office that they can go to, and say they're 20 miles away and they want to go back to that office. Well, you're with eXp, doing a screen share here. These are Regis corporate facilities. I live in the Washington metro area, but if you pull up your area or wherever you are, internationally, nationally, you'll have them here as well. There's 40 of them. I literally can go to any one of these for free. Go right in, show them my eXp pass to get in, meet a client, drink some coffee, sit down and write a contract. So now for the brokerage that is virtual, that doesn't own any offices, I'm able to access any one of these. So here's a hypothetical for our area. Say I'm in Tyson's Corner and my office is all the way back in Ashburn. Not a problem. I can pull up any one of these offices and meet a client right there in Tyson's Corner. So that is answering the office question. As far as tech tools and websites, that's another huge question. What am I going to get with eXp? Well, eXp has been nominated twice for most innovative real estate brokerage in the country. Not once, but twice. So what I'm logging into is what is called our eXp Enterprise. You log in one time and you have access to everything at your fingertips. Okay, that is company's press releases. I have access to my website, which is KV Core. If you don't know what KV Core is, it's literally like the Ferrari of lead generation websites. I could spend a whole hour on this. And I have a video if you'd like to see more about it, but it details you will generate leads on day one with KV Core. It's got a drip campaign. It's got video messaging returned. It's got auto opt-ins. It notifies you on your phone when you have a lead. It's a very, very powerful website. We also use SkySlope, which is our transaction platform. Electronic signature, I upload it, broker reviews it. I can put all the contracts in there. I can access my stock yes, stock, and I'll share with you how that happens. And then also down here, we have a full marketing suite with Breakthrough Broker or Broker Breakthrough. I always get those mixed up, where you literally have hundreds of pieces of flyers, PowerPoint presentations, social media presentations, all ready with your name, information, and picture on it. As a matter of fact, in certain MLSs, Breakthrough Broker will automatically generate marketing material for you and email it to you and say, hey, I see you have a new listing. How would you like this? And it presents you with a couple different options. It's all right here at your fingertips. We actually utilize Facebook Workplace as well. So if I need to have a conversation with somebody, perhaps in my region or nationally, or I'm looking to send out a referral. I did that just last week. A friend of mine was wanting to buy in Penn State area, not a problem. I contacted an agent in that area and boom, she just sent me a text this morning saying that they did a contract. But I literally can communicate with any agent. I can see the different groups that are going on or the different states. So if I'm in Virginia, I click Virginia. Here's the Virginia State Group. We've got 1,400 people. And now I can see what's going on in my state and even drill it down into a local area. Perhaps I've got a question in the state, maybe with contracts or compliance. Not a problem. So answering that, tools, tech, and website, state-of-the-art, cutting-edge tools, and that's all part of your low monthly fee, which we'll get to. Multiple states and countries. We have a number of teams now, nationally and globally, that are licensed in multiple states. At their previous brokerage, they'd have to pay a market center here, a market center in another state, maybe they're in Florida or an adjoining state. Here in the DMV, you have District, Maryland, and Virginia. Well, at eXp, it's one low cap, and you get access to as many states as you want to be in for one low cap. And that goes the same with countries as well. And if I can back it up, when we're looking at countries, I'm going to pull this up here. eXp within the last 3 years has literally exploded across the globe. As I'm scrolling down here, we have nearly 4,000, 7,000, no, it's more than that, agents collaborating globally. We're in 18 countries, 9 spoken languages, and everything that you see here is either a country that we've launched or getting ready to launch. And there's a whole lot more. They're literally lined up in the queue. And why is that important? Well, at my previous brokerage, I could care less, right? It doesn't, how does that affect me? Looks like it's still going on the YouTube channel. So that had no bearing whatsoever on me. But at eXp, I have the ability to actually, you know what? I know somebody in South of France who does real estate, or maybe I know somebody in South America. You now have the ability to bring them on board eXp and get paid for it. Residual income, and the people that they bring on and the people that they bring on goes 7 levels deep. Well, I'll show you what that business model is like. Now you understand why agents are excited. Oh yeah, I do know somebody in Canada. Yes, I met somebody at one of our other conventions with my brokerage and they're in Australia. Now you have the ability to bring people on, and it's no longer the broker, the franchise owner, the regional expansion leader getting paid. You're getting paid. So I'm going to go back out here and we're going to go to, excuse me, the actual business model. Here it is. It's very simple. Now, what I want you to do is don't look at this and then jump right to conclusions. I'm at 100% company and I don't need this. That's where we fail as real estate professionals. We don't look at the overall business model. We just focus in on one thing. And I'll give you an example right here. Our company, it's an 80-20 split. Everybody's on an 80-20 split. Once you hit 16,000 in cap, and for those of you who don't know what a cap is, when you're paying that 20% into the company, once you've given the company 16,000, you now go to 100% for the remainder of that year. And it's an anniversary calendar year. On the right-hand side, the fees, it's $149 to start up. That gets you some business cards. It gets you in the system. It's your first month fee. You only pay $85 a month. Now, the $85 a month gets you all the tools, your email, access to Verbella, access to Regis offices, a KV Core website, which would literally cost you hundreds just in itself, and all the training for $85 a month. When you do a transaction, it's a $25 transaction fee, and your E&O insurance is paid per transaction. So you're not shelling out $500 at one time. It's $40 when you do a transaction, $40, and then it's capped. So that's kind of the first level of revenue, 80-20. At eXp, there are 3 opportunities to generate revenue. I only had one at my previous brokerage, and I'm guessing that you only have one as well. So here are the other 2. And let me give you kind of a layman's term of what this looks like. This is you now at your brokerage. That was me at RE/MAX. And that red line designates injury, retirement, perhaps you pass on. That was one of my concerns is, God forbid, I get hit by a bus, and what do I have to leave for my children? Well, you're selling real estate just like we do here at eXp Realty. The big difference is I can actually earn stock. So when I retire, and even before then, I can cash that out. I can pass it on to my wife or heirs, and I can help generate revenue for the company just by introducing people to the company, and I get paid on it for life. For as long as those people are in the industry and you maintain a license, you will get paid every month that that person sells something. So the real kicker for me is when I left RE/MAX to come to eXp after putting in 12 years there, he never talked to my broker again. We were very close. I haven't heard from him. He hasn't reached out to me, and I got absolutely nothing from RE/MAX. Here at eXp, I've earned stock that have more than paid for my son's education, both of them. I have residual income that'll last me well into retirement. What is the cap for E&O? It's $500. The cap is. Most states have a, it depends on which country you're in, Effie. So if we're talking Africa, it might be a little different, but that's the basic concept. So that is a visual of those 2. Now I'm going to show you what that means. Here's the revenue sharing and how it works. First of all, you have 7 levels. What that means is if I introduce somebody to the company personally, that's my first level. And I can invite as many people onto the company anywhere that eXp is licensed. Okay? And so right there, if an agent, and we want good agents, they don't have to be rock star agents, they just have to be good, productive agents. I can make approximately $2,800 every year that one agent is in the business. And I could bring on 2, 3, 5. We have some people that have 40 agents on their front line. You do the math, 10 times 2,800 is what they get paid on. But here's the interesting part, is if this person that I brought on brings somebody on, look what I get paid, $3,200. And it goes to $2,000. Now it's built on increments of 5 that open up these different levels. So let me make it very simple. If I have 4 people on my front line, I get paid $2,800. If I have 5 people or more, everybody on my second line, I get $3,200. If I have 10 people on my front line, I get paid $2,000 for everybody on my third line. Third line being I introduce somebody to the company, they introduce somebody to the company, they've introduced somebody to the company. So literally the numbers can go crazy, and you don't have to do this. Nobody has to do it. Nobody's forcing you to do it. There's no, quota on agent attraction. But once you see what the company offers, once you see what it can do for your business, you literally get so excited, not only for yourself, but sharing it. It's like having this secret that you want to share with other agents and say, guys, you got to come on, you got to check this out. Look at the tools, the training, and the things that we get offered. Yeah, yes, you are, Kate. We need to talk more. I would love to come to Delaware. The other part is earning stock. Again, I love my time at Remax, but they never, Dave Liniger is not going to give me any ownership. I can now go, buy Remax stock, but anybody can buy Remax stock. Here at eXp, if you look at this, we have what is called a sustainability equity plan. Check this out. You sell at your first property with eXp, boom, they give you free shares of stock. It's kind of like a thank you, and we want to make you part of the family. This is your free share of stock. When you cap, which is a very low bar, it's 2.8 million in production, so give or take, the company's going to give you free stock. And then the third way is if I introduce somebody to the company and that person sells something, you also get issued free, F-R-E-E, free shares of stock. You didn't pay for it. There's no hidden costs. And the only thing that you have to do is let that stock vest. It's 3 years. Stay with the company 3 years. And at that time, you can cash it out. You can put it into your TD Ameritrade or whatever you want to do with it. Gift it to your kids. That to me has been a game changer, because I've had a lot of people come to me and say, I'm not interested in stock. I don't mean to be blunt, but you better be interested in stock, because stock is a second rail for income and revenue here, and it grows without you doing anything. Now, I can't give forward projections, but I can tell you that our stock started at 17 cents and is now at over $50, I think, as of today. I like that second income opportunity that I never had, and my guesses are that you don't have either at your brokerage. We have two other ways of earning stock. One is if you're a pretty good agent and you do a certain amount of production, the company's going to say, you know what, you're a rock star, and the 16,000 cap that you're going to give us, guess what? We're going to give it right back to you in the form of stock. Yeah. So you're basically coming for $0 to eXp. Now, if you are one of those and you feel like you're a top production agent, get with the person that brought you here. They'll explain what the Icon Agent program is, but it is literally giving you free money. I'll guarantee you don't have this at your brokerage. And not only is it a net wash of zero, but as that stock grows, it's actually the company is paying you to be here. There's been a lot of talk of these signing bonuses by other brokerages. That's a one-off. At eXp, this Icon Agent program, every year that you hit it, the company's going to issue you that stock. And that stock is turned into, if I told you, you wouldn't even believe me, a very hefty sum for a lot of people. I mean, I think in the last month, we had over 250 Icon agents with the company. That's right. And then the last one is called our Agent Equity Program. My wife used to work for ExxonMobil, and they had kind of like an ESOP program. You put in money for stock for the company, and they would match it. Well, here, you can enroll and pay 5% of your commission, and you get the stock for a 10% discount. So if the stock is trading for $50, you get it for 10% off of that. So it's literally, again, like free money. So that is the third rail of revenue. Revenue sharing, stock. And then for those commercial agents out there, we have launched, I mean, this company is going in so many wonderful directions, but for those people that are doing some commercial or are full-blown CCIM commercial agents, eXp has some of the top commercial agents that are being attracted to us because of our revenue sharing and our split model and the tools that are being offered. Now, I'll be honest, I don't do a lot of commercial real estate, but you better take a look at this, because we have some people that are coming over from CD commercial real estate. We're getting them from some of the larger commercial brokerages, and it's because we have an incredible compensation package that they didn't even have anything close to that. So if you're in commercial or you know somebody that is, we want to talk to them and do a full presentation, because that is literally an entire presentation in itself on commercial real estate. We're coming into the home stretch here, guys. We already talked about the Icon Agent Series, and I'll just say this. If you're a top agent, oftentimes you get up thought, well, I'm making so much money, I don't really need to talk to anybody else. Or my brokerage is giving me, an office for the month, or I'm getting a $500 marketing budget. That means nothing. If you're an Icon agent here at eXp, they're giving you $16,000 share of the stock every year that you're in the business. And that stock, for somebody who was here 4 years ago, is now, instead of $16,000, is worth $100,000. So you get the math on that. And all the company asks of you is teach a class every once in a while. Let agents know how you're doing it, and creating that collaborative environment where we're going to compensate you. We're going to give you back your cap and stock, but just share with us a little bit about what tools you're using, how you set up your team, and let others learn from you. So there's a video here explaining it, but it's a game changer, and it's making them owners of the company at a very high level. So the last two slides that I have here is, where is your brokerage headed? And I always want to, attach my trailer to something that is going and literally paving the way for the real estate industry. Well, when I look at this company and I say they have the most aggressive compensation program, they have more training than any other brokerage, probably every brokerage together, combined, put together. They just offer so much. We're the fastest growing brokerage, and we are going global. I know that we've got Mario Rubio on here, who's part of NER's global outreach. He's traveling all over the world and talking to people about eXp. So to look at what's going on with the company, there's a thing called life.exp realty, okay, and .com. You can see everything that's happening with eXp in the news, who we're bringing on board, what type of mega teams that we're bringing on, what philanthropic things that we're doing with New Store. We're building homes as a company, what countries we're opening in, Germany, Panama, and everything in between. It is so exciting because every Friday, normally our brokerage meetings are boring. At eXp, there's literally something happening every Friday that impacts you, because guess what? You're an owner of the company. And we're not just a real estate brokerage. Part of our company of, I say umbrella of companies, is eXp Realty, but it's also Success Magazine. It's Verbella. It's a number of other companies that when you actually get issued shares of stock, you own part of those other companies. So the last thing that I'll say is that, it's always good to check out who else is joining. And if you, again, go to life.exprealty.com, you'll see, and if you click down here where it says meet our agents, I mean, if I rattled off some of the names of the top agents in the country that are coming in to eXp, excuse me, for example, Tarek El Moussa from Flipper Flop HGTV, he's on board. His team is. We've got Grant Cardone's team, wife, Elena Cardone. She is on board. We have Than Merrill, one of the top flippers in the country, on board. Christopher Invidiotti up in Canada, the #1 team. So you can read about all these teams that are doing 100, 200, 300 million a year in production. Now, why would they come on board here if they were already successful? Because there's even another level of success. They're doing the exact same thing that they're doing and getting paid more at a higher level. It's a no-brainer. So if you go on here and you actually click on our agents, you'll see story after story of these top agents across the country and why they left their previous brokerage. So like I said, we're not going to be able to answer all of your questions. And for those that are still on, if you have something on your mind that you want me to talk about that I haven't, or you want to ask me a question, go ahead, put it in the chat session. I'm just going to say, if you're watching this, go back to the person that sent you here, because I'm going to share this again over and over. Go back to the person that sent you here and have an in-depth conversation with them. If you're going to turn it down, at least know what you're turning down. Okay, the worst mistake that you can make, and I can't tell you how many people I've spoken to who says it's not for me, and then 3, 4, 5 years, 9 years for some, they realize, oh my gosh, I should have come when you told me to. I didn't really look at it, or I listened to what my broker said about this model, not really what it was all about. And there are a lot of people that are poo-pooing the brokerage model and everything that it stands for because they can't beat it. And so they don't understand it. And so that's their immediate reaction. Well, they must be doing something wrong because they're growing so fast. Talk to the person that sent you here. Yes, anyone globally you can bring here. The question is, so you can bring anyone on globally. Yes, as long as we're open in that area, or you can bring the person that will open that area to our global expansion group. Absolutely. So if you don't have somebody to talk to, I'm going to raise my hand and say, I want to talk to you. Okay, so you can either go to bestbrokeragemodel.com, which is my personal website, or if you don't have one of these, this is a great little website. It's called Linktree. It's linktr.ee, and then you can put in your own username and create your own little website. And right here, I have schedule a meeting with David. Okay, there's an overview video and some other things here, but click on schedule a meeting with David. And what this will do is this will take you to my personal calendar, and it'll say, set up a meeting to learn more about eXp, and then it'll get right on my calendar. So that was a lot, I know, in 45 minutes, and I appreciate you taking your time and really listening to this. But listen, at the end of the day, if you're on board, you understand what this company can do for you. Maybe you don't know how to convey it, and it's good to watch these so you can pick up little, bits and pieces so when you present it. But just know that if you're getting this, I'm most likely in your upline. I'm part of your team. And so if you need somebody, you have somebody that you want to talk to, maybe it's an agent, maybe it's an entire brokerage, reach out to me. It would be, I would be honored. It would be, that's what I do every day. I've been blessed to be part of this company and be blessed to have the stock and all the revenue and so forth. And Glenn, our founder, did a talk, I don't know, probably about 6-7 months ago. And he talked about, what's your purpose? And I realized my purpose is to help out other agents as much as I can. If they want to take it, great. If they don't, I'm going to keep doing it. So that is what I'm here to say, is that if you need help, reach out to me. And if you don't, that's okay too. Just keep passing it on, and we're gonna, I think they said, make this the biggest brokerage in the world. I think I heard somewhere that they're aiming in a 5 to 10 year period to make eXp the largest real estate brokerage globally with 1 million agents. I mean, that gives me chills. It literally does. So I'm gonna stop sharing now. I think I did. Did I stop sharing? Screen sharing? Let me pause share. And there we go. And so, yep. Oh, hey, thank you. Thank you, Effie. I know that we're going to try to set up something for the west coast of Africa. We've got somebody on a call here that's kicking the tires of eXp and opening it up in their country. So with saying that, I'm going to sign off. I'm going to present this again on the Facebook, the Capital Explorers Facebook group. I'll email it out, and that's it. I hope everybody has a fantastic day. Nice, David. It's been a while. Yay, biggest day. Kate, are you going to the convention? Yay, nay?
Hello.
Hey.
I've had the little one. Girl? What's up? I'm not going this year. There's many reasons why, but I can't go this year. So I will miss you.
I get it. You'll be there in spirit. I would love, I reached out to JT. I would love to do something for you guys, or come and see you and do some presentations here in Delaware.
Yeah, seriously, you're awesome. This is great.
Oh, I'm just doing the best I can, right?
Hey, your best is pretty dang good, man.
Oh, you're too kind. All right, guys. Kate Gleason, one of our early adapters, and just a veteran and just a swell person. So, all right, guys. Hey, I'm going to sign off here. And thanks again. And, for those that are on board, I appreciate you,
Okay.
Bye, buddy. We'll see you later. All right, guys.